So today we're going to look at some SEO tips for blogging. That's going to include what is SEO, how people search online, how to find topics, how to structure a blog, 5 ways to improve your whole website, and look at some social media and YouTube things. And questions, well, you can write questions in the comments below the video. So what is SEO? So SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization. And the way that I like to think about it is that it's helping Google to understand what every page on your website or blog is actually about, so that then Google can show the appropriate pages on your site to someone who's searching. Well, one of the ways that people think that Google might look at your website is if it was a book, that maybe Google will come in and look at the first page of your website and take people to that home page of your website, and then people could then go from there to look at various pages on your website. Because in a book, what you might do is open up the book and you might look at the table of contents, but usually you'll read a book from the start to the finish. But the way that Google looks at a website is as if every single page or blog post on your website is actually a book. And Google can take you to someone to any page on your website or blog. And so you want to make sure that every single page or blog post on your website, if someone landed on it, then they would be able to access all your products and services. So each page on your site is like a gateway to what you're trying to promote to people. And so with SEO, what we're trying to do is to make sure that Google knows what each one of those pages is actually about, because Google can't show the page to anybody if it has no idea what that page is about. So how people actually search online. So just say that you were somebody who was looking for solar panels and you lived in Brisbane. So you would type in solar panels Brisbane, and then the kind of results that you're going to get. Firstly, up at the top here, you can see there will be some ads, and then you're going to get some different websites, and you can see how we've got solar panels Brisbane here, and you'll see that in these websites, in this blue section here, what we call the SEO title, it's got solar panels there, it's got solar panels Brisbane here. So this SEO title is a very powerful way to tell Google what your page is actually about. So when it comes to blogging, in most websites, whatever you put as the page title will also come up as the SEO title. Now in some websites you'll have a specific place where you can go in and craft these titles. So that's kind of how people search. And you'll see here that because it's solar panels and it's a product, Google has brought up a whole stack of products over here. Now, if instead someone typed in how to eat healthy, then Google's like, well, this is not a particular product or service. Someone who's searching for this is looking for information. And so therefore Google brings back very different kinds of results. So it's got the featured snippet here where it thinks this is really useful information for people. It's got other questions that people ask. And then it's got like a government website with how to eat healthy. How to eat healthy is often the kind of thing, that keyword phrase that you would be using more for a blog post. But it's probably not long enough, because as you can see, it's not it's a blog post that's coming up, but it's on a government website, which is pretty powerful. So what you want to do is try and find really long phrases that people are searching for that hasn't got such stiff competition. One of the things we're just going to have a look at now is just the power of blogging. I'm just going to show you a couple of my clients. These slides are a little bit old because it was from 2014, 2015, but this was like a 5-year-old website. They had seasonal traffic, which means that during I think this was winter months, less people search for their product and service, and then during the summer months, a lot more people search. Well, October, coming into summer in Australia. This particular website, we did 1 blog a month as well as all the other SEO stuff. And you'll see that they went from, oh, it doesn't have the figure there, that's supposed to say 700 on that one. So it went from like 561 to I think it was about 750 visits over here. And this must be because I've gone from a Mac to a PC to a Mac. Sorry about that. So they managed to increase their traffic. So that was 1 blog post a month. Now, if we look at the power of doing 8 blog posts a month, then they went from 666 visits a month down here from Google up to 4,500 visits a month from Google. So the more blog posts you do, the more powerful that it can be in getting a huge amount of traffic to your website. Now, this particular client went from getting 40 clients a month from their website to getting 80 clients a month from their website. So that's obviously made a huge difference to their business. This is probably the most important part when it comes to blogging, is finding topics to write about that people actually search for. Because you can go out there and you can write 8 blog posts a month, but if no one's actually looking for what you're writing about and you haven't told Google so that Google knows what that page is about, then no one's going to find it. And so you're not going to increase your traffic to your website at all, because of the fact that if people aren't interested in what you're writing about, and if you haven't told Google, then no one's going to find it. There's specific words that people use when they're searching for information, which is usually what blog posts are about, right? You're giving them information about something specific that then entices them somehow to look at your other products and services. So what you want to do is start with phrases that have like questions in them. So how to something, why something, what something. Benefits is another thing that people use. Ideas or tips are more words that people use when they search for information. Recipes, but of course that's only because if you had a website selling tables, then recipes probably aren't going to be highly relevant. Whereas if you're a nutritionist, then you're going to have recipes on your website. So here is an example then. So we could say, why massage? And what we're looking for is, 4 or 5 word phrases at least that you could actually write something about. So the first one is, why massage kale? So that's interesting. Not really massage. So if we look down further, we can see why massage feels so good. Why massage makes you sleepy. So these are highly specific things that you could actually write a blog post about. And there's likely to be less competition, and so therefore you're more likely to rank and be able to get traffic to your website. If we then decided, okay, we want to look at more depth into one of these phrases. So here it was like, why massage is good. And then we've gone here, why massage is good. And you'll see that then it brings up a whole lot of other things. So why massage is good for athletes, why massage is good for stress. Now, the important thing is that you really have to think about who your clients are, okay? So if you want to target athletes, if that's the kind of people that you want to massage, then absolutely write a blog post about why massage is good for athletes. But if you don't want to massage athletes at all, if you want to massage babies, then you're not going to write a blog post about why massage is good for athletes, because it's not relevant to your product or services. So you want to make sure that you're thinking about what the clients who I want to attract, what are the kinds of things that they would be interested in. If you had an ebook that you were selling to do with stress, then why massage is good for stress would be a perfect keyword phrase. So it's really is important to think about that. Also, like, why is deep tissue massage good for you? If you don't do deep tissue massage or don't have any kind of product or service around deep tissue massage, then you're probably not going to write about that. Okay, so another thing like in that list was like how to. So how to massage. Now see how you've got this one here, like how to massage baby. It's a little bit hard to put that in a sentence, or it doesn't really make a lot of sense because you don't say it like that. You don't say how to massage baby. The reason that people have typed something in like that is because they've typed in like how to massage, and then they've thought, oh, well, it's a baby that I want to ask about. So that's why people search this way, but you don't necessarily want to write something using that keyword phrase because it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Now, if you had a business where you were massaging cats, then you can see how to massage a cat makes sense in a sentence. And so that might be something that you could use. And just say you did have a business where you massage cats, then we'll have a look at what other things that people are interested in. And you can see there's a whole range of things that people are interested in. So if you had a book that you were trying to promote or sell online on how to massage a cat, then then you know that would be great, because we know that people are actually searching for that. And you could write all these different blog posts about how to massage cats, various areas of the cat, and then you could combine all those posts into a book that you could sell. So you might provide cat massage as a service, and then on your blog create all these blog posts and then convert that into a book that you can sell online as well. This is how you can use this data to sort of work out, okay, what are people searching for? What are they interested in? I mean, it might be the same how to massage a dog. There might be people searching for all those kind of things, how to massage a baby. So it kind of depends on what is your business, what do you do, and therefore what are people searching for that's relevant to what you're doing. Here's a completely different one where we're looking at the word benefits. So you can put benefits of, and you can put literally anything there that's related to your business. So we decided, benefits of green tea, and you can see, people are searching for loads of stuff to do with the benefits of green tea. So there's lots of different ideas there for the title of your blog post. Again, people search for tips and ideas. So you could have tips for whatever it is, ideas on or for. So you can see you've got tips for saving money on food, tips for saving money for travel. So again, what you want to do is make sure that whatever phrase you're choosing here, you make that the title of your blog post, because then it can actually come up in what we were looking for at originally, that SEO title of your site, of the page. And so it's helping Google to know what that page is about. Now, another thing that you can do to try and, sometimes you might have a topic where it's not that easy to find things to write about. And in that case, what we find that's really helpful is you put in tips for saving money and then just the letter A. And then it brings you up all the most popular things that have come up under the letter A. And you can go through the whole alphabet. So tips for saving money A, tips for saving money B, tips for saving money C. So if we have a look at the tips for saving money B, then you see how it brings up a whole stack more keyword phrases that people are searching for. So that's a way to do it if you're struggling to find something. So now it's your turn. I would suggest maybe pausing the video here that has the kinds of things that people are searching for, and I would suggest that what you do now is whatever service or product or whatever you're providing, start typing in some things, how to, and then whatever word, why and whatever word, benefits, ideas, tips, and get together like a list of 10 things that maybe you could write blog posts about for your business. You want them to be at least 5 to 6 word phrases ideally, and something that makes sense if you say it out loud. Okay, so pause the video now. SEO tips for blogging. We're going to look at how to structure a blog post so that people like it and therefore Google likes it. In the olden days, you've probably heard about this thing, you've got to put all your keywords, you've got to get your keywords into the post. Look, Google is much better at figuring out what something is about. And yes, it's a good idea to put words in there that people search for. But what we're ideally really looking for is writing something that is awesome for people to read. So as long as you've got that main long, what we call a long tail keyword with 5 or 6 words, with those words all in that exact order, and you put that as the title of your post, and maybe you have that written somewhere in the post, then that's the most important thing for blogging. What we're going to go through now is like added extra bits that can make a difference. But if you don't go and put that 5 or 6 word phrase exactly as it's written in the title, and somewhere in once somewhere in the post, then you might as well not even bother listening to the rest of it, if that makes sense. That's how powerful that part of it is. So what we want to do now is look at breaking up the text with headings, short paragraphs, at least one image, linking to important pages on your website, and making sure you ask them to contact you or to go to your product or service. This is what it might look like on a lot of people's blog posts. It's just like it has a title and then like a block of text. And people like to skim read and scan. And so it's very difficult if your blog post is just like a block of text. So ideally, what you want to do is break up the text into shorter paragraphs. Having headings just makes it a whole lot easier, but also it's really good for Google because we've got, can an air conditioner cause a fire? So that's a question that somebody could search for. And so you can put more of these phrases throughout the blog post as well. This is an example of a blog post. It's got how to use video in marketing is the keyword phrase. So you see that that's what's actually being used as the title of the page. It's also being used in the URL up here for the website, what we call the URL. And then if you scroll down, you see we've got an image there, and then we've got all these titles that are separating up out the content. And again, we've got kind of why in there, how to in there, and these titles. And so that's something that is really important, because people might scroll down and they might not want to read the whole thing, but they might read that bit, or they might go, oh, I want to know about this bit. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. The next thing that's really important is having links in the content. So just say your service is baby massage, and your blog post might be called Benefits of Oil Massage for Baby. And then somewhere in the text, you might have something like baby massage has many benefits for both parents and your baby. And then you've got our baby massage therapist, and then you would be putting a link to your page that has like the baby massage therapist or therapist. And then we've got another one, massage your baby at home, and so that might be a link to a page that's the service that you provide or classes that you provide on teaching people how to massage their baby. So remember, the blog post is about benefits of oil massage for your baby. So you want to make sure that 90% of the post is about the benefits of oil massage for the baby, but somewhere in the text, somewhere in the 400 to 800 words of your blog post, then you want to actually have this text there that enables you to link off to your products and services. On my website, we've got you can link off to various external things, but then within my site itself, I've got, with the creation of our business review videos, you can rank on the first page of Google. And so that link will take them to the product or service on ranking business videos. And so the next thing then you want is some kind of call to action. So if you have a service, then you might want to say, because remember, with a blog post, people all over the world can read that blog post because it's people who are searching for information. If people search for solar panels Brisbane, then Google's going to show them a website that's in Brisbane, right? Whereas if you have the baby massage with oil blog post, anybody in the world could be searching and could be interested in that. Whereas you might only provide your service in Brisbane. So therefore at the end of it, you might have, if you live in Brisbane, Australia, contact us today, see if we can help you with whatever it is, or some kind of phrasing like that, right? Now, maybe you have a book on massage for cats because you provide a service of cat massage in a specific location, but maybe this book could be sold to anyone all over the world. And so you want to have some kind of call to action. For more information, check out our book called Massage for Cats. Just as my cat meows at me. That goes into detail about every aspect of that. So now we're going to look at 5 ways to improve like your whole website or blog so that Google likes it even more. We're going to look at blog excerpts, we're going to look at your contact us page, your footer details, copyright, and your sidebar. Okay, so we're going to go have a look at my blog. So maybe if you want to go to the blog page on your blog as well. And what we're going to look and see is if you have the whole blog post on your blog or just the first 100 words. So you can see how there's an image there, and then it's got, 50 words, the first 50 words from the blog post. So these are called excerpts. And so on your blog, you really want it to have that. What you don't want is if someone goes to the blog itself for it to have like the whole blog post there shown. And then, as you scroll down, you see the next whole blog post and then the next whole blog post, because that creates a lot of duplicate content on your website. It's one of the things that we do with all of our clients is we just go in and make sure that there's no duplicate content like that that's like coming up that can cause you to be affected by one of the Google algorithm things called the panda that will look at whether you've got thin content, lots of duplicate content, and that Google just doesn't like. So that's like really important for your blog. The next thing is on your contact us page. So maybe go to the contact us page on your website. Does it have your business name or your blog name there? Does it have your address and Google Maps there if it's relevant? I mean, if you're not providing a service in a specific location, then you probably don't want to have Google Maps there. But if you are, then you definitely do. If you do provide services to multiple locations, then it's a good idea to have that on the Contact Us page as well. And then your phone number. It never ceases to surprise me how many websites I come across where when you go onto the site, it's like almost impossible to tell where somebody is actually providing that service. And so if I can't tell when I go on the site, then Google most certainly can't tell. And Google will definitely look at like your Contact Us page to try and work out, okay, well, what particular locations are you servicing? And maybe maybe you can sell your ebook to everybody in the world, so therefore maybe it doesn't matter. But if you have, maybe your products and services can only be sold in Australia, or can be sold in Australia and the US, or only specific countries, or maybe you only provide your service in like the 5 or 6 postcodes which are closest to you. If you have like a massage business, then how far are people actually going to travel to come and see you? So maybe it's like the 10 suburbs that are closest to you, that's where you're most likely to provide your service. And so on the Contact Us page of your website, you might say the 10 closest suburbs to us are, and list those suburbs. And again in the footer, because what happens, a lot of people will scroll up and they'll scroll down to look for information about where you're providing your service. And also this is what Google uses as well to see where you're providing your service. And like I talked about in the very beginning, it's like every single page of your website is like a book. So if you put all your details in the footer, then it doesn't matter what page someone lands in on your website, they will know like your address, the locations you service, your phone number, and ideally you want to have links to your main products and services as well in the footer, so that they know, okay, from every single page that someone might ever land on, they've got the most important information that they need to be able to contact you or to see what products and services that you provide. So the footer is massively important as far as helping people to be able to use your products and services. Copyright, one of the things that we will do for businesses is put a copyright in there where you've got like where it's got 20 and then the question mark, so whatever year that your website started until the present, with your business name and all rights reserved. And if you can get a web developer to format it for you so that it automatically changes the year at the end from 17 to 18 to 19 as the year changes. It's just that some people, for whatever reason, I don't ever really look at the copyright on a website, but a lot of people do to make it's a sign that you're keeping your site updated. And so it's just a really good idea to just set that up in the footer as well. Then on the sidebar of your website, so I'll go back to my live website. So what you'll see on the sidebar is that we've got I've got a link there so people can actually subscribe to my YouTube channel there, and people can contact me. They can connect on Facebook. There's a software program I recommend for checking your own rankings. You can go to other posts. So all of that helps. And then in the footer, we've got sort of like the newsletter there, like the contact details that I spoke about there. So this is a massive opportunity for when people actually come to any blog post on your website, that they've then got ways to connect with you from what you've got there in the sidebar. So I would always recommend having a sidebar on your blog. Okay, so some SEO tips for blogging, how to use social media and YouTube to improve your blog's ranking in Google. So the first thing that I would recommend is to install some share buttons on your blog. So share buttons are different to connecting to so if someone clicks on this Facebook symbol here, they can then share your blog post on Facebook, even if you don't have Facebook. If you don't have any of these social medias, they can still go and share it on their social media. Here at the bottom of my blog post, it's got, so if I click on Facebook, so then it comes up and it shows that I can actually share that on my Facebook. You can share it by email and you can share it to all other places. So By enabling people to be able to actually share your posts on social media, you are effectively getting more links back to your website, and the more people that share them, the more like social links that you're getting, but then also the more chance that somebody might see that blog post and then actually create a link to it in their website. So the other thing that you want to do is share your blog post on your social media. So you want to go copy that URL for your blog post and then go and share it on your social media. So I'll show you that. So what I would do is I would go up here and I'd copy this video marketing tips URL, and then I would go into whatever my social media is. So then what I could do is go in here into Twitter, and I could put this URL in here. I mean, you might have some kind of program like Hootsuite. I can tweet that. And then what you could do is go and pin the blog post image on Pinterest. So people search in Pinterest. So even if you have a Pinterest account and you have absolutely no followers, people can actually go back and they can find the things that you've posted at any time in the future. All right? So you post something on Pinterest now, and yes, you have 5 followers and only one of them even sees what you posted, and you might think, well, it's kind of pointless. But if you've got some kind of product or service that people would be interested in buying potentially from the images, then it's worth going in there and pinning it so that people can search for it in the future. So I'll just show you an example of that. Okay, so I've gone into Pinterest now, and just say I'm interested in cat toys. So just say you have a website and maybe you do cat massage as one of your services, and you've got a book about cat massage, but maybe you also sell cat toys. Let's have a look and see what someone searches for to do with cat toys. Cat toys. Ideas. Or maybe we could do like what we're saying. Benefits of toys. See, this looks like something that nobody searches for. Okay, so people do search for how to and cat toys. So maybe you sell cat toys and you've written a blog post about how to make cat toys out of socks. And then you've got some kind of image of the cat toys that you've actually made out of socks. And so then what you would want to do is make sure that that image is on the blog post, and then you would pin it on Pinterest. Let's see if we can find cat toys socks. Here we go. Cat toys made out of socks. So basically you could have written this blog post a year ago, and then you've gone and pinned it on Pinterest, the image from your blog post, and then someone like me comes along in Pinterest and decides I'm going to search for cat toys that are made out of socks. Okay, so we just click on the image and it brings up a bigger version of the image, but then you can also go down here and you can click on read it, and then it takes you to their blog post, which is easy homemade sock cat toy. And so you've got the image there, and then they've got kind of ads in their blog post, and then they've got a lot of ads in here. But then they've got to make the cat sock toy. So you can see, hopefully that makes sense as to how you can actually use Pinterest to not only get a link to your blog post, which can help, but to get traffic to your blog post way into the future as well. So obviously Pinterest isn't going to work for every single product and service, because you might have something where if you're doing baby massage, I don't know if people are going to really search for images of baby massage on Pinterest and then go and want to read about it. If you had something like gluten-free banana cake on your website, then absolutely people are likely to search for something like that in Pinterest. That's the things that we need to kind of think about as to whether it's actually relevant for your business or not, but if it is, it can be very powerful. Okay, so YouTube, the common thought is that people putting a video on your website may help SEO, as it may keep someone on a website page longer. And look, that could possibly be true. And we would certainly recommend still doing that. But our theory is that it's going to be more powerful if you're actually creating that video in YouTube and then linking to your website in the video description or from the video itself. So I would think that the way Google works, that is probably going to be more important as far as being able to create backlinks to your website, and then having other people like embed that video on their website and then get links back to your website. Potentially more powerful than just putting the video on your website, because if you just put it on your website and you're not getting any traffic, then there's no one that's going to come there and look at the video to help increase the view time anyway, right? So the first one only works if you've actually got people already coming to the website. The second one works regardless of whether people were coming to the website or not. So I'll show you an example of it here. Maybe then I'll go to the live site so it looks easier to see. But so we've got this video personality types, and then in the description of the video, we've actually put links to various pages. Okay, so now we're on YouTube, and this channel is about personality types. And so you can go and have a look at, see all the different videos that are there. But we'll just go to the latest one here. So this video is about the INTJ personality type. If you scroll down, we can see the description here, which gives us opportunity to now put a link through to our mailing list, which is on the website, and put a link to like a free video test on the website. And so all of this creates links back to your website. So at the moment, we don't have this in a blog post, but you could actually incorporate this video into a blog post, which is one of our aims. And then within the video itself, you can have a link through to the blog post as well. So the other thing is that, see how it's got like a little eye up here? So I can click on that, and then I can actually go through and take the test. So within the video itself, you've got the opportunity to link out to your website as well. And then also at the very end of the video, you've now got these things called end screens, where you can again get people to link out from the video to your website, as well as get them to be able to watch other videos on your channel. So there's a huge opportunity within YouTube itself to actually get links to your website, to your blog posts, as well as then potentially putting the video on the blog post itself. Yeah, so that's the same thing that I was just showing you, how the end screen, and then you've got the little eye up there as well that people can click on, and then it will open up. So I hope that was useful. I have two businesses around SEO. So the first one is Fruitful Online, which is for small local businesses that actually want to be found in Google for a specific location. So if they service all of Brisbane or all of Sydney, or maybe they service 10 different suburbs, so it's very localized to your area. Then I also have a YouTube channel, Beanie SEO, where you can get a whole stack of free SEO information and videos. There's an SEO training course there. So this is something that I just provide because I know that there's a lot of people out there who are starting out and they want information and help and tips, but they're not making any money in order to be able to afford to pay someone to do their SEO for them. So that's going to give you loads more tips and information, and this particular video will be on that channel as well. Okay, look, if you like this video, then obviously like it. Also, you're welcome to subscribe to the channel, put comments below if you've got any questions, always happy to answer those. If you've got any other ideas for videos that you would like, then please let me know. And otherwise, enjoy your week. Remember to subscribe, like if you like, and check out our SEO training courses. And we'll see you in the next video.